Dana White is going to be put in a fucking coma because the new pound for pound rankings drops and Jon Jones has fallen from 2 down to 3 as Alex Pereira climbs the ranks after his knockout win over Prohaska. And if you somehow didn't know, which is crazy if you didn't know, Dana White has been defending this claim delusionally now for the past few, I guess, months or so. And people keep saying, oh, Dana White has dirt. Or, sorry, Jon Jones has some dirt on Dana White and all that bullshit. No, he doesn't. Dana wants to push a fighter in which he feels can be the face of the UFC. I don't know why, because Jon Jones has such a dirty legacy with, I guess, outside the cage troubles and steroids and whatnot, but he wants a Muhammad Ali type figure, a Mike Tyson type figure, a Floyd Mayweather type figure, because Dana White's ego, his ego, has always been in rival with boxing. Even though he's dismissed it constantly, he keeps, referring to it and moving around the boxing things. And, an example of that would be him, like, the hypocrisy in him partnering up with Riyadh Season. He literally fucking made fun of the Sheikh, Turki al-Sheikh and stuff. Not made fun, but criticized, like, oh, boxing wouldn't have made it anywhere if it weren't for the money being invested by the Saudis and stuff. And, like, what's the point? The fights are being made, and now, Dana White, after saying that, partnered with them to fund the Sphere. And he said, oh, we spent $17 million on it. And then he got the fans all riled up. Oh, shit, the UFC is actually investing into this. But then it comes out that they're partnered with Riyadh Season. No problems. I like that they're doing this, and I hope that they do it, way more if it means putting on better events. But, Dana White went against that, like, a few weeks ago, prior to, like, announcing the Sphere shit. But back to the rankings and stuff, this is only gonna get worse for Dana White and, I guess, Jon Jones, because with the fights coming up, and if some results go some ways, I don't think some of the results are gonna happen, and I'll leave that to later predictions and stuff. But come on, look at some possibilities and tell me if I'm right or wrong. So we start off with Edwards versus Muhammad. Leon Edwards is favored. I don't think he's gonna win. I sadly think Bilal will get a stale decision, but I didn't mean to predict it, but whatever. Let's say Leon Edwards wins this fight. Look at the resume. Sorry that this is tilted also, but look at the resume. Bilal, Colby, Kamaru twice when he was pound for pound and stuff, and he used his full skill set in that fight, showing that he's a well-rounded fighter as well. And then you look down, look, Rafael dos Anjos, a better version of Cowboy, Gunnar Nelson, those kinds of names. And with that, it's going to be a 14 fight unbeaten streak. And who says that does not allow him to be number 3 over Jones? And, Jones is, like, the comeback for Jones is set for November. So all these results will happen. And, Dana White and Jon Jones can't do anything about it until, he gets a win over Stipe Miocic, which is, the fight that shouldn't be fucking happening. But moving on. He's going to be ranked number 4 after Leon wins once again. Another title defense, third title defense. Way more active than Jon Jones. And then what's going to happen? Holloway versus Topuria is in the rumblings as well. And say Ilia Topuria knocks out this Holloway. The Holloway who's what? He beat 2 featherweights, and the last featherweight win he had was a brutal knockout. Then he comes up to lightweight, beats Justin Gaethje, who was coming off a win over Dustin Poirier and Fiziev, the better Holloway, after he knocked out Volkanovski as well. Who says, and who's going to dispute the fact that Ilia Topuria should be above Jon Jones once again? He's going to fall below the ranks. But that's not all. Even the O'Malley versus Merab fight. Oh, O'Malley's been around the game, not for too long. But if he beats Petr Yan in a fight where he had to use all his skill sets, Aljamain Sterling, another fight where he had to use all his skill sets, skill sets. And Chito Vera, a fight where he showed dominant striking. And then if he KOs a wrestler in Merab, who's been on a lethal win streak, I know it's all boring-ass decisions to some extent, but who says O'Malley can't be over it? John Jones. And same goes for fucking Merab. Merab will be on an 11-fight win streak. I think the longest for his division ever. He's going to be coming off, 4 wins over champions back to back to back? Like, Henry Cejudo. And these aren't, like... I know Jan was just, Jan didn't have an official title defense, but in our eyes, he had a title reign all the way up until the Aljamain Sterling rematch. And then Aldo. Come on. These names are some historic-ass fucking names. And now, who says that what is it? Merab can't be over them. Now, I want to go to the clip where he's fucking defending where Dana White is defending John Jones. And I want to point out some things after we give it a quick listen.
That means you're not the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world anymore? How does that even make sense? It doesn't make sense.
When he fights,
right? If he was sitting out and fucking getting arrested and running around or whatever, and you're like, well, John Jones is inactive, I'd say, maybe you're right, but as an educated adult who knows the fight business, you cannot deny that while John Jones is active, he is the greatest fighter in the world.
Did I not say that?
Yes. I don't know what you're arguing about here. I don't even know how we're in this conversation. Where are the helicopters when you need them?
Because you're
I don't get why Dana White is making a point of if he was inactive. First of all, he is fucking inactive. He hasn't fought since March of 23. Like, that is fucking inactivity. And by November time, I'll point out some stats that I have saved for some later videos, but the stats I fucking have on this are insane. Are fucking insane. That, like, John Jones is, him gatekeeping the heavyweight title without fighting. He's not even defending them like he did in his second light heavyweight run and stuff, but like, the point I'm trying to get to is, he is inactive. It's sure he got injured, and it's not his fault, but, and then Dana White says, oh, he's not doing drugs, doing blow, beating his wife and stuff. It's the same, different things, but same result. John Jones is not in the cage fighting, and he's not showcasing his skill set. His heavyweight win over Sirigan, which I will defend Jones and Dana on, is very underrated because he was the best heavyweight in the world, in my opinion. He beat Ngannou, alright? Got robbed. He won an interim championship against a Lewis on a 4-fight win streak. This wasn't like the older version of Lewis. And then what? He beat Tai Tuivasa on a knockout streak. I know these guys aren't good right now and are on losing streaks, but that was a very, at that time, he was, showcasing his skill set. Oh, he can, he grappled against Rosenstrike as well, grappled against, he got taken down against Ngannou, but showed some good grappling in the 5th round and stuff and whatnot. But I appreciate that win a lot, and, Jones taking him out was a good win. But, he's not fucking proving himself as a fighter. He's not proving himself enough to do jack shit. And compared to Pereira, who won 2-weight division, who's a 2-weight division world champion, Makhachev, who beat Volkanovski twice, and Oliveira, all via in different ways. A decision over Volk, sub Charles, and then KO'd Volk in the rematch. And and then Leon's win streak. Taporia's KO's over KO potential. Sorry, KO over Volkanovski and potential, win against Holloway. And even if Holloway wins, he can put him up there too. But that one would be a little bit more disputed because he is still 0-3 to Volkanovski. But, he's just trying to push a star. He's just trying to make a star out of John Jones. That's the point. And I will show you another clip that kind of exposes this, because this is what happened after Habib won against Justin Gaethje.
And never told anybody walking around. So, I mean, he is one of the toughest human beings on the planet, and he's the number one pound for pound fighter in the world. And seriously, you have to start putting him up there at GOAT status with, whoever else you think is the GOAT.
Yep. He's the number one pound for pound fighter in a state where Habib retired, and he wanted to get Habib back on board. And you saw that fight clip before the Poirier McGregor rematch, where he said, "Imagine what fucking numbers the McGregor a fight between you and McGregor will do. Just fucking imagine," or some shit like that. And it's just kind of exposes it. I know some people and most, hardcores know, but the casuals are still unaware to this. I hope this brought a showcase. I know I didn't word it the best and stuff, but I hope the evidence kind of gets through to the people who are siding with Dana and Jones in terms of, legacy. The guy is number one overall. You can't dispute that. But pound for pound rankings, which should be changing a lot more because fighters are constantly showcasing their growth or decline. Those rankings should be changing way more, and we shouldn't be keeping fighters in a still position because, at one moment a fighter might be, proving themselves way too much, and he's overshowing his skill set. He's putting it on the line and stuff, like Pereira is right now. And in some cases, like Jones, they fall behind. They're on a win streak. But their I guess, integrity towards showcasing their skills is disputed. So we have to showcase that. And yeah. But Dana's campaigning for it. Jon Jones, because he wants that big star. He wanted Habib in the same scenario in which Jones was only one fight, removed. This was way before the Gane fight, 2 years, 3 years before the Gane fight, and less time removed from the Reyes fight to Habib moving to 1 than from Gane, from the Gane fight to now, in which Dana White wants Jones to be 1. So yeah, crazy shit. Just wanted to give my thoughts on stuff, and yeah.